Good morning, Matthew. I hope you are doing good and you had a good night's sleep and are ready to begin working on IEP goals. So for today, Matthew, we're going to be doing IEP goals 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's begin with goal number 1. And in goal number 1, Matthew, you will be reading/listening to a sentence describing an action or verb. For example, today she is clapping her hands, and changing the sentence to state the verb in past tense. So you're going to list present tense sentences to the past. And as you know, past tense are verbs that have happened already, things that happened yesterday or last week, last month, anything that already happened. For example, looked. I looked at my sister play with her toys yesterday. So they're things that already happened. And present tense, Matthew, are things that are happening right now. So as you see this picture, what can you tell me about this picture? What do you think what is he doing? He is smiling, he is driving. These are things that are happening right now. Here's another anchor chart about past tense verbs. And sometimes, Matthew, as you can see in this one, these words, what do they all have in common? Can you tell me? Yes, they all end with ed. Have you looked at it? Looked, smiled, waved. So sometimes, Matthew, and most of the times, you can add the word by adding ed to create it in the past. So by adding ed, you create the word in past tense. So like walk, you can add ed and it goes into walked. Play, played, look, looked. However, there are some cases that is not the case. We cannot add ed. The word changes a bit. So for example, give, we can't put gived. I gived. No, I gave. Something with run. We can't say I runned yesterday. No, we're going to say I ran yesterday. And then there's going to also be some verbs that just don't change, like hit. That word won't change whether you're talking about it right now or you're talking about in the past. The word hit, put, or shut, it just won't change. Because I can put, I will be shutting the door. I shut the door yesterday. It doesn't change. It's still shut. So now we're going to work on sheet number 1. So find the worksheet, the irregular past tense verb worksheet number 1. If you do not have this worksheet or don't have a way of printing this worksheet, do not worry at all, Matthew. Just write it in a piece of paper. That is totally okay. You do not need to have this papers specifically. Writing down in a piece of paper works too. So this is the worksheet we're going to be working on, and in the worksheet we are just going to be filling out the sentence on how we did it yesterday. So it's telling us what they did today. We will write a complete sentence about it in the past. So example number 1. Today I tear. Yesterday this is going to be one of the words that changes, Matthew. We cannot put ed. We cannot say teared. The word actually changes to tore. So we're going to write yesterday I tore up the paper, period. For the second one, it says, today I win. Yesterday, how would we put it for the past tense, Matthew? Yesterday, I what? Yes, yesterday I won. And let's just write it in a complete sentence. So the rest you can do on your, you can make it up. So we're going to put, yesterday I won the race, period. And now that I look at all of these words, Matthew, all of the words are going to change. These, you will not be adding ed to them. You will have to change the word, the verb, to the past. So I'm going to do one more with you. I'm going to do this one here right to the right. It says, today I bend. Yesterday, how would we write it? Yes, we're going to put, yesterday I bent my arm, period. And that's what you're going to do for the rest of these questions, Matthew. If you have any questions, just ask me or ask Mr. Salinas. We're here to help. I can get in a live with you if you need help, or help you in any way, or any way that is best for you. Just let me know. Now we're going to go over goal number 2, and here we are going to be answering short questions on inferencing, Matthew. So as you know, inferences are clues that are not being said in a story. They're things we think or we predict based on things we get from the story. So we usually use I think, I predict, my guess is, maybe. These are words we're going to use when it comes to inferences because we are not for sure, but based on the clues we get from the story, we predict what happened or what's going to happen next. So next we're going to be working on this worksheet. It's called Making Inferences, and it's a little girl with a hat on the top. So make sure you write your name, and it says Making Inferences. Use the sentence and the picture clues to help you make an inference. What can you infer? Write it down on the lines. So here, Matthew, look at this picture. What can you see? It's a girl with a hat and a scarf and a jacket and a mitten. And the sentence says, Jane puts on her coat, mittens, boot, and hat. Inference. What do you think? What sentence or what can you tell me about the picture and about what we just read? Yes, it's cold. So we can put the inference. We can put I think it is very cold outside. We could have also put I think it is snowing, or I can predict it is snowing. These are things that we got off the picture and the sentence on the top. Now the second one, it says, look, it has your name. Matthew makes another snowball. So what can you inference on this? If he's making another snowball, maybe he's having a snow fight. So we can put I predict, or we can put I think, or predict, either one is okay. Matthew is having a snowball fight. These are just something we think based on what we see. So now you will be working on the next 4 on your own, Matthew. If you have any questions, let me know. Next goal, we are going to be talking about finding the perimeter and area, Matthew, whether it's on triangles, parallelograms, squares, rectangles, or trapezoids. So here, as you can see, perimeter is the distance around outside of an object. So everything that is outside, and area is the amount of space units to fill in inside the object. So everything inside is area, everything that is outside is perimeter. And here on the side, as you can see, it gives you the area, it gives you the formula. So area equals length times width. So it's the length and the width. And perimeter is P equals 2 parentheses width plus length, where if it's a lot easier, you can just add all of them around. So this will always be the same as this, and this as this, and you can just add it all around if that makes if that is easier for you to find the perimeter. So this is the worksheet we're going to be working on. It is called Area and Perimeter Worksheet 2. So Matthew, this is the worksheet we're going to be working on it. Like I said, if you do not have it, just write it down in a piece of paper. It does not matter. But I do want you to write the formulas of each. So for area, I want to put length times width. And for perimeter, it's 2 parentheses L times width. Or you can do length plus width plus length plus width. Okay, so now let's do number 1 together. So area, they're telling you what they want to know what the area is. And over here on the top, it says area equals length times width. So your length is 2 and your width is 6. So tell me how, what 6 times 2 is, so we can find the area. Yes, awesome job. 6 times 2 is 12. And now for perimeter, if it's easier for you to add all the 4 sizes, just remember that this size is always going to be the same as this when it comes to rectangles, Matthew, or squares. So if 6 is up here, over here, it can be another 6. And then if 2 is over here can be another 2. So now you can add all of these together to find out the perimeter. So add them together and tell me what you get. So 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2 is 16. Awesome job. And we're going to do the same over here. This is a 5, this is a 3, so we can put a 3 over here, and then we can put a, let me make this smaller, 5 over here. Now, what is the area? Area, remember, length times width. So length times width. What is 5 times 3? Yes, Matthew, it is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. Now, what is the perimeter? What is 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5? 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 is 16, Matthew. Awesome job. So that is the answer. That is what you're going to do for the rest of the questions. If you have any questions, just let me know. I am here to help out. And now we're going to go over goal number 4. So goal number 4, Matthew, we are going to continue talking about parallel and perpendicular lines.